Brothers and sisters, choose 7 men from among you who are known to be full of the Spirit and wisdom. We will turn this responsibility over to them, and we will give our attention to prayer and the ministry of the word. Acts 6 verse 3, demystifying the Holy Spirit. The apostles read by Peter, they are telling the church here about the Holy Spirit need on a believer. Choose 7 men. Choose 7 men who are known to be the full of the Holy Spirit. Number 1, when the Holy Spirit is upon you, you are selectable. You are appointable. Many other times you would present yourself for consideration, but you realize you are not permissible, and also you are not admissible, because though you have all the qualifications, there is something that is not advancing you for the selection. Many are called, but if you are chosen, when the Holy Spirit is upon you, you are choosable. You are choosable. That is very important. Number 2, he is saying, we will turn this responsibility over to them. When the Holy Spirit is upon you, the Holy Spirit makes you to be duty bound qualified, assignment bound qualified, and you return this responsibility to them. So the Holy Spirit makes you to be assignment qualified. When the Holy Spirit is on you, you will notice, you will start being trusted with the sensitive assignment. This is what makes people to be given leadership roles, or to be given sensitive roles. Like here they are being given the role of looking after the department of distributing food to the widows, hospitality department, and they say Holy Spirit is a key. If he does not have the Holy Spirit, disqualified. Very important. If you look at number 3, we will give our attention, we will turn this responsibility over to them, and we will turn our attention to prayer and the ministry of the word. When the Holy Spirit is upon you, there is what we call shared responsibility between husband and a wife. The Holy Spirit enables you to share responsibilities either equitably or adequately, in a manner that it centers on success. It's the Holy Spirit that enables that. If you look at verse 5, this proposal pleased the whole group. They chose Stephen, a man full of faith and of the Holy Spirit. When the Holy Spirit is upon you, your faith is confirmed. Your faith is affirmed. Your faith is established. Your faith is anchored. Your faith is made very. When a person wants to know if the Holy Spirit is in you, they see your faith, your convincibility. Holy Spirit established. Many people have faith, but they're very turbulent, very wavering, very unstable. Look at verse 10. But they could not stand up against the wisdom the Spirit gave him as he spoke. When the Holy Spirit is upon you, He gives you expressible wisdom. Wisdom, He spoke. Many people have wisdom, but they lack means of expressing it, of giving a clear elaboration. The wisdom of God is a gift of the Holy Spirit, and expression of it, communication of it is enabled by the Holy Spirit. That is why I really consider 1 Corinthians chapter number 2 and verse 14 and verse 13. This is what we speak, not in words taught as by human wisdom, but in words taught by the Spirit, explaining spiritual realities with the Spirit taught words. So Stephen was speaking to them. They could not withstand the expressions of gospel, because he was doing it with wisdom, with clarity, and with depth. Very important, or 4 things that when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you will experience. Number 1 is that you become selectable. Now you are visible for selection. So meaning the Holy Spirit makes you trustable or somehow faithful. You can be entrusted with leadership. Number 2, the Holy Spirit makes you become assignment oriented. We will hand over this duty to them. So the Holy Spirit makes you look assignment, duty, somehow dedicated. And then number 3, the Holy Spirit affirms your faith. And in the transactions of the Spirit, faith is a currency. So when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, He boosts your faith quality, and your faith is called full of faith, filled with faith. So it is complete, perfect faith. And when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, He gives you wisdom, that is 1, and expressions. The Holy Spirit can give you revelations, but you don't have the means of expressing it. So when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, He gives you expressible wisdom, which is very key and very, very, very important. So the question is, Stephen was a man full of the Holy Spirit. He had other gifts like grace. He had power. He had various gifts and all that. The question is, where did Stephen get the Holy Spirit from? Because that is a question. If you read through Acts chapter number 6, the verse says, if you look at the verse 3, says, brothers and sisters, choose 7 men from among you. That is the secret. From among you. The Holy Spirit, if you're in the area of Stephen, will come upon you if you are good in fellowship among you. That's what Paul said, and do not stop meeting. And that's why if you look at the people who were filled with the Holy Spirit in Acts 19, they were 12 in one place. If you look at the Acts chapter number 2, they were in the upper place, upper house, all of them in a fellowship. So the Holy Spirit in this dimension will come upon you if you are in a fellowship of brothers and sisters, fellowship of the like-minded, fellowship of the kind of your own. Be in a fellowship that is Holy Spirit spirit functioning.